to become disconnected from God. Look what he said. Verse 6. He say, now the mind of the flesh, which is sense and reason without the Holy Spirit, is death, that comprises of all misery arising from sin, both here and hereafter. But the mind of the Holy Spirit is life and soul and peace, both now and forever. I want you to underline verse 7. That is because the mind of the flesh, which is carnal thoughts and purposes, is hostile to God, for it does not submit itself to God's law. Indeed, it cannot. So those who are living the life of the flesh, catering to their appetites, catering to their wants, catering to their impulses, cannot please me or satisfy God, and they will not be acceptable to him. So when you find yourself trying to appease to somebody by what you can get them, when you try to appease to somebody, well, I can give you my body, you are automatically disconnecting yourself from God and connecting yourself to the enemy. Automatically. You ain't got to sign no contract because God is a spirit. He told you if you get in the word, he said when you break these laws, that's why he said I call earth and heaven to witness. So earth got ears. Earth got eyes. And earth is watching what you're doing. Earth is watching what you're saying, and those angels are recording. That's what them demonic angels that's following us. They're going back telling God, you can't bless them because of what they thinking. You can't bless them because they thinking murder about their brother and sister. You can't bless them because they got unforgiveness in their heart. You can't bless them because of what you're doing. I begin to ask God, why do we see so much murder in the city of Columbus? He said because the people in the city, their thoughts and their words are evil. My Lord. What do you mean evil? See, evil to us is raw, ugly face sound. That's not evil to God. When you begin to think differently from God, you're evil. That's why he kicked Satan out of heaven, because Satan began to look at himself like he was a god. Satan began to size himself up, and God said, you can't stay here looking differently at me. Why do you think Judas betrayed Jesus? He betrayed Jesus because he began to buck up with what Jesus said. Read the text. The Bible said that Judas got mad at Jesus because Mary took the oil and she broke it and she began to anoint Jesus' feet with her hair. And Judas said, do you not know we could have used that oil to go feed the homeless, to go feed those people who need stuff? And Jesus said, you don't think that I'm worth this? So he got mad because he didn't see things the way that God see it. See, when you begin to question God and tell him that, why you think he told Job, where you was when I created the heavens and the earth? Where you was when I set the lines and the barriers of the ocean and the river? Where were you? See, we can't forget who we got on the inside of us. That's where godly reverence comes from. I'm not saying you can't ask God questions, but when you begin to tell him what you think, you're not a factor in the equation. See, that's what a wounded mind will cause you to buck up against those things that you shouldn't buck up against. And the things that you should come up against, you friends with it. We see people we're friends with our sickness. We're friends with being broke. We're friends with being depressed. We're friends with it. Okay, I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to be sick. But God said when you go to God in prayer, you know what he tell you? He don't want to hear that you sick. Yeah, you can tell him. But he want to hear what his word say. He said, give me back my word. That's it. Because if you got the Holy Spirit in you, the Holy Spirit going to tell you, give him back his word. Because you got to understand, Holy Spirit, one of the names for Holy Spirit, he got so many characteristics that when you call Jehovah Rapha, when you need healing, that's what you need to call. When you need something, you call Jehovah Jireh, the Lord that provides. You got to understand, we call Holy Spirit. The reason we talk about Holy Spirit, because he said, I'm your friend. His name is Jehovah Hokadesh. He's your personal counselor. He's your friend. He's the one that would tell you, don't go right, go left. He's the one that would tell you, get up in the morning, get up an extra hour. He will tell you, go get up and pray. See, he's your friend. He's the one that will lead you and guide you. He's the one to tell you, stay away from them, they dangerous. He's the one to tell you, don't talk to them. They don't mean you no good. See, a lot of times we are overriding Jehovah Hakadesh because we think it's us.